Hello all. Sorry for the delay.
Hello all.
Yeah, the voice is visible, audio is visible. So, good evening Imtiaz, good evening Janu. Sorry for the delay, sorry. So, first question on the screen we have, select the most appropriate option to fill in the blank. Meenakshi sweeps the ball excellently when she dash an off-spin delivery. So, this is somewhat related to cricket. Meenakshi sweeps the ball excellently when she dash an off-spin delivery. So, hello Naidu, music world says 4, Janu says 4. So, fourth option says gets. So, Meenakshi sweeps the ball excellently when she gets. So, when she gets an off spin delivery. So, Meenakshi is singular and this is also singular. If we have yes, it means singular, and if we get only get, then it is for plural. So, as Meenakshi is a singular noun, we must use gets when she gets an off spin delivery. Next question, select the most appropriate antonym of the underlined word. Antonym in the sense opposite word, and the sentence is, her mother always encouraged the idea of early marriage. So, what is the antonym of the word encouraged? Ram Nikita says B, Intia says 4. So, yeah, opposite of encourage is discourage. Encouraging is giving, praising something. Discourage means demotivating them. Discourage. Next word, select the most appropriate synonym of the given word. So, they are telling synonym, so same meaning of apathy. So, what is the synonym of the word apathy? Uday Kumar says indifference. Imtiaz says 3, aversion. Janu says 2, Ram Nikita says B. So, apathy means lack of emotion is called as apathy, and the same meaning of that is indifference. Indifference also means lack of emotion. Empathy means showing emotions is called as empathy. Indifference means lack of showing emotions is indifference. And then coming to aversion, aversion means dislike. If you strongly dislike something, then you may say averse. Then hostility means unfriendly. Yes, Imtiaz, aversion means strong dislike. Next, select the most appropriate meaning of the given idiom. To face the music. So, what does the idiom to face the music mean? Not knowing the real chords, bearing the entire audience view at a concert, being challenged to a music competition, to bear the negative consequences of a wrongful action. So, bear the music. What does the idiom to face the music mean? Janu says 4, Lucky says 4, Imtiaz says 4. So, to face the music means to bear the negative consequences of wrongful actions is called as to face the music. Then select the option that expresses the given sentence in active voice. So, they are asking that convert that into active voice. The new building was being constructed by construction workers. The new building was being constructed by construction workers. So, the options are, the construction workers were constructing the new building, the construction workers had been constructing the new building, The new building has been constructed by the construction workers. The new building is being constructed by the construction workers. Krishnaveni, which problem are you facing? Janu says 1, Uday Kumar says 1, Imtiaz says 1. Where are you facing the problem, Krishnaveni? Many students are able to answer, and what's the issue? Music World says 1, Ram Nikita says 1. Other students are able to answer, right? If any of the students is not able to answer, then it's probably my fault. But many of the students are able to answer. So, where are you facing the issue? So, the new building was being constructed by the construction workers, and the correct option is the construction workers were constructing the new building. Option 1 is right. Then coming to the second option, here had been is used. So, wrong tense. The new building has been constructed. So, structure formation is itself wrong. Then the new building is being constructed by the construction workers. The new building is being constructed by the construction workers, and the tense is also wrong. So, the most suitable one is option number 1, and let's get into the next question. Select the most appropriate option to fill in the blank. Rapid may be replaced by dash. Gradual, legitimate, artistic, or speedy. So, rapid can be replaced by which of the following options? So, Uday Kumar answered it right. Shruti Bhavani said 4. Janu says 4. Music Ball says 4. So, rapid means fast. So, it can be replaced by the word speedy, which also means quick or fast. Then we have the paragraph question. So, let us see the 4 sentences. The first sentence says, he used to commit one theft a year on average. The stolen money lasted for the year. He chose the house at Shotover Grange to commit his next burglary. He studied the design of the house carefully for a fortnight. He found that the family had gone to London and the servants to the movie. He broke into the house one afternoon. He hoped to get £15,000 worth of jewels from the safe. So, among these 4, which is containing the introductory part? Good evening, Anudipti. Uday Kumar says option 4, A, B, C and D. Janu says A. Shruti Bhavani says 3. So, if we observe all these, sentence A looks more pleasing to be the introduction part, because it gives the main idea of the paragraph. He used to commit one theft a year on average. The stolen money lasted for a year. So, it's most suitable for the paragraph. Whereas all the other 3 options, all the other 3 sentences are not most suitable for using as a paragraph. So, A can be used in the starting. So, among these 4 options, the only option which contains A in the first is 4. So, option 4 is the right answer. So, A, B, C and D. So, all these are in correct order. Music World says 1, Anudipti says A, B, C, D, Ram Nikita says D. So, yeah. Next, sentence of a paragraph are again the paragraph question. So, A, B, C and D. Chronic infections such as typhoid, chickenpox and others for example, are no longer feared. A factor contributing to the rapid rise of the population in recent years has been the drop in the death rate. Because of medical breakthroughs, the death rate has decreased. In 2001, the death rate in India was approximately 8.5 per thousand people. So, which is the most suitable or pleasing option? B, D, C, A, D, B, C, A, C, D, A and B, A, D, B and C. So, first let us see the parajumble. So, which is containing the introductory part. So, Imtiaz says 2, Janu says 2, Anudipti says DBCA, which is option 2, Shruti says 2. So, yeah, D, many of you are saying D, B, C and A. So, if we observe B and D, here in 2001 the death rate in India was approximately 8.5 per thousand people. But if we see option B, a factor contributing to the rapid rise of the population in recent years has been the drop in the death rate. So, they are first giving the idea of the death rate. What does the death rate means? So, in the B, the factor contributing to the rapid rise population is the drop of death rate. So, B becomes the parajumble and B contains the introductory part. So, B is the parajumble. So, we must find the options which is having B in the first. So, option 1 is the right answer. So, B, D, C and A. So, A must be in the last because it gives the conclusion of the whole paragraph. Chronic infections such as typhoid, chickenpox and other, for example, are no longer feared. So, it becomes the last part and B, D, C and A becomes the right. Then coming to the next one, select the word which means the same as the group of words in the underline in given sentence. Manisha is a believer of fate. So, a person who believes in the fate is called as minimalist, socialist, fatalist or catalyst. So, Uday Kumar says fatalist, Shruti Bhavani says 3, Anudipti says C, Janu says 3, Imtiaz says 3. So, everyone is getting the right answer. Fatalist is the right answer. A person who believes in fate, fate believer, is called as fatalist. Then minimalist means who likes being simple, simple or minimal. Then we have socialist, who likes government, is called as socialist. And catalyst means something that is used to change the rate of reaction. So, in chemistry we generally use catalyst for speeding up the process of an reaction, that is called as catalyst. So, the correct answer is fatalist is a believer of fate. So, Uday Kumar, socialist is a person who believes in government, who thinks that a system of government is to be present, is called as a socialist. Then select the option that expresses the given sentence in passive voice. Dr. Joyce is studying an experiment in his laboratory. So, convert that into passive voice. So, Anudipti says C, Uday Kumar says 3, Imtiaz says 2, Shruti Bhavani says 3, Janu says 3. So let us see into the options. An experiment is studied by Dr. Joyce in his laboratory. So here it is studying, which means it is in continuous. So we must use was being. So option 2 is the right one. An experiment was being studied by Dr. Joyce. Sorry. Here is studying, so present continuous. So an experiment is being studied by Dr. Joyce in his laboratory. Option 3 is right. Here was is past, so we can eliminate option 1. And here there is no use of being. If the active sentence is in present continuous, then we must use being. So option 1 gets eliminated. 2 is also has being, but usage of was, which is past, can be eliminated. Coming to the third option, here you can see this is in present. So an experiment is being studied by Dr. Joyce in his laboratory. So 3 is right. Then fourth, an experiment has been. So wrong verb has been used in place of is. So option 4 also gets eliminated. And the right option is 3, is being. Next, parts of the following sentence have been given as options. One of them may contain an error. So this is the sentence: you can fool some of the people all the time, and all the people some of the time, but you cannot fool all the people all the time. So among these, so I guess this is one sentence, this is one sentence, and the rest is one sentence. So among these 3 sentences, which contains an error? You can fool some of the people all the time, and all the people some of the time, but you cannot fool all the people all the time. Semicolon, it's just like division of 2 sentences, no need of considering it as an error. So check if any of them contains any grammatical error. First sentence, you can fool some of the people all the time. So you can fool some of the people all the time contains no error. Then, and all the people some of the time, and all the people some of the time. So it also contains no grammatical error. All the people some of the time. Okay. Next, but you cannot fool all the people all the time. You cannot fool all the people all the time. So there is no error in the sentence, 3 sentences. So the correct option we must choose is no error. So this sentence contains no error. So these are just semicolon and comma, these are given for separating of the sentences, that's it. Then, so again we have this paragraph question. There are 1.52 billion Aadhaar cards given to the whole population as of February 2019. A financial inclusion program called the Prime Minister Jan Dhan Yojana makes services like banking, remittance and insurance accessible to every Indian at a reasonable price. Under the acronym JAM, Jan Dhan Yojana for Financial Inclusion, Aadhaar Biometric Identification and Mobile Telecommunications, India is on the verge of social revolution. Beneficiaries may open an account with no balance. So among these, which most suitably contains the paragraph of introduction? So which do you think is containing the introduction? Uday Kumar says A, B, C, D, which is option 1. Imtiaz says 1. Shruti Bhavani says 2. Janu says 2. Janu says B contains the parajumble. Generally, what a hint I can give you is, among these options, a financial inclusion program called the Prime Minister. So this is like somewhat giving a reason. So generally, in the starting of the paragraph, we don't have any reasons. We usually have some of them like a problem, or we generally have a problem statement or something related to time. So most advisable one are A. There are 1.52 billion Aadhaar cards given to the whole population as of February. So A may be right. And coming to the C, C says under the acronym JAM Jandan Yojana, biometric identification. So here they given the info about the Jandan Yojana financial inclusion. And coming to the D, beneficiaries may open an account with no. So this also comes as an conclusion part. So D must be in last. So let us see which A comes the parajumble or C. So there are 1.52 Aadhaar cards given to the whole population. Okay, and in this they given the main idea. So generally the first part of the paragraph must contain the main idea or whole theme of the sentence. So C, under the acronym JAM Jandan Yojana for financial inclusion, Aadhaar biometric identification, mobile telecommunication, India is on the top of the social revolution. So it's more pleasing to become the parajumble. So C must be in the first place. So if we check all the options, only option which contains C is 3. C, A, B and D. After this C, A comes. After telling the importance of India, there comes the point there are 1.52 billion Aadhaar cards. Then B comes. At last D, beneficiaries may open an account with no balance, becomes the solution. So D comes at last. So option C is the right one. Yes, Imtiaz, it reveals the main theme. Then select the most appropriate synonym of the given word. Synonym in the sense same meaning, and the given word is diligent. So spiteful, awful, faithful and careful. Janu says careful, Uday says careful, Imtiaz says careful, Bhavani says 1. So diligent means showing care of task. Showing care of task is called as diligent. And synonym of the same is careful, being careful, attentive. Becomes the synonym of it. So diligent is careful. Synonym of diligent is careful. Next, select the most appropriate antonym of the underlined word. Antonym in the sense opposite, and the word is they live in the apartment above ours. So above, and what is the antonym of above? Over, after, upward or below. Yes, Imtiaz, below. So above and below are antonyms. They live in the apartment below ours. Lucky says 4, Music World says 4, Shruti Bhavani says 4, above and below. Then comes the 90th question. Select the most appropriate option that can substitute the underlined segment. Many noticeable. Many noticeable people were present at the function. So noticeable can be replaced with noteworthy, celebrity, notable. Easy one. Yes, Anudipti. So D. Imtiaz says 4. So noticeable means notable. Those who are having some prominency. Prominent people, notable. Then 91st question. In the following sentence, 4 words are underlined, out of which one word is incorrectly spelled. So incorrectly spelled. So let us see the words. The sovereign, amusement, visitors, fascinating. So among these 4 options, which is incorrectly spelled? Yeah. Anudipti says D. Imtiaz says 4. Janu says 4. Uday Kumar says Souvenir. Shruti says 4. Janu says Sovereign. Lucky says 4. Ramnikita D. Musical D. So the incorrectly spelled word is Souvenir. So the spelling is Souvenir. Souvenir. So this is not sovereign but souvenir. So souvenir means something which is kept as a reminder of a person, place or something is called as souvenir. Next, select the most appropriate meaning of the given idiom. Stir up the hornet's nest. Stir up the hornet's nest. So what is the meaning of the given idiom? Stir up the hornet's nest. No Imtiaz, not snacks. Music world says 4. Imtiaz says 3. Janu says 1. So, stir up the hornet's nest means provoke the trouble. Lucky says 1, Imtiaz says 1. So, for your clarity, hornets are these kind of insects. So, if we disturb these, so stir up a hornet's nest. Stir up a hornet's nest means, so disturbing its nest causes a trouble. So, provoking a trouble is called as stirring up the hornet's nest. Then select the most appropriate antonym of the underlined word. So Aditi is meticulous by nature. Aditi is meticulous by nature. So we must find the opposite of the word meticulous. Janu says 1. Okay, for previous one. Music world says 3. Anudipti says C. Imtiaz 3. Shruti Bhavani 3. Anudipti says careless. PK says 4. Ramnikita C. Lucky C. Janu 3. So meticulous means showing attention is called as meticulous, whereas opposite of showing attention is being not showing any attention, which is more suitably by option careless. So accurate does not give the opposite word of attention. Precise does not give the negative word of attention. Concise does not give the negative word, whereas careless gives the negative meaning of the word attention. So not showing any attention is called as careless. So here again we are having this fourth paragraph question here. So swarms have wreaked havoc on crops and caused famines and mass migrations. Then since prehistoric times, locusts have caused plagues. Traditional methods of control rely on the use of pesticides from the ground or the air, although biological control approaches are also making great strides. Then changes in the agricultural practices and improved observations of areas where swarms tend to form have lately allowed control measures to be implemented at an earlier stage. So yeah, Imtiaz similar to diligent. Anudipti says B, A, D and C. Imtiaz says 1, Ram Nikita says B, Lucky says B, Music World says B. So the parajumble or introduction is contained in B. Since prehistoric times, locusts have caused plagues. So we must find the options which is containing B. So 3 contains, 2 contains. Eliminate 1 and 4. Then B, D, A and C, B, A, D and C. So after B, then comes the first terminology of swarms. Swarms have wreaked havoc on crops and caused famines and mass migrations. So then here we have D. So D says changes in agriculture practices. So this seems to be like a reason. So reasons and conclusions come at last. So we can't use D in the second place here. So 3 gets eliminated and 2 is the right answer. B, A, D and C. So first, second, third and fourth. So B, A, D and C is the right one. What happened, Uday Kumar? What is this? Very difficult to find. So if you can't find it, just go to the option methods. First D, C, B and A. So once try reading D, C, B and A all together. If you find it meaningful, then you can easily solve it. So all these 4 options, generally try to find the introduction part. So it would be more easier to eliminate the other options. Good evening, Kavya. Next, 95th question. Select the incorrectly spelled word. Erase, dredge, cease, north. Music World says 3. So also try to give the correct spelling of the word cease. Imtiaz says 3, PK says 3, Uday says 3, Anudipti C, Janu 3, Ram Nikita 3. So yeah, S E I Z E. Cease is the correct spelling of the word 3. Next comes the close test and final part of today's test. The Digital Sakshatra Abhiyan, Disha, or National Digital Literacy Mission NDLM scheme has been formulated to dash IT training, has been formulated to attribute, attain, impart or affirm. So 96. So Imtiaz says 1, has been formulated to attribute IT training. PK says 2, Kavya says 3, Janu says 3, Anudipti says impart. So has been formulated to impart IT training. So impart IT training means provide IT training to 52.5 lakh persons, including Anganwadi and Asha workers and authorized ration dealers in all states and union territories. Dash the country. So among the country, within the country, between the country, across the country. So 97th one. Don't worry, Uday Kumar, just solving many problems, many close tests will help you find out the meaning automatically. So just try doing many papers and automatically some of the words will be stored in your subconscious mind. So Uday Kumar says across, Music World says 4, Ram Nikita D, Lucky across, Anudipti across. So option 4 is right. Across the country. Across the country in the sense all over the country, so that the non-IT literate citizens are dashed to become, are included to become, or made to become, or trained to become, or ordered to become. Yes, Lucky says right, trained. So that the citizens are trained to become IT literate, so as to dash them to actively and effectively participate, so as to enable, intact, regard, able. So as to intact them or enable them or able them or regard them. Janu says unable, Anudipti says unable, so as to enable them. So as to enable them to actively and effectively participate in the democratic and developmental process, and also dash their livelihood, and also present there, enhance there, engage there, or train there. So yes, enhance. So enhance their livelihood. So Uday Kumar asked, what does enact means? So enact means making bill or law. Or bill is called as enact. So any comments? Anudipti Music World said it right. Imtiaz, thank you Imtiaz. Welcome Anudipti. Welcome Lucky. Welcome Music World. So if you have any queries, you can put it in the chat box before I end the stream. Don't worry, try to come to live every day, as I will be helping you to solve many papers as possible, and I am sure that I will be helping you to know all the meanings which we will be solving in the papers. 96 option words meaning. So attribute in the sense giving some kind of credit is called as attribute. Then attain in the sense getting. Then affirm means confirm something. He affirmed me. So any more doubts? Faith. So that's it for today's class. If you have any doubts, we will be continuing the session in tomorrow's class, and tomorrow also I will try to clear all your doubts and explain it to you more deeply. So if you are not yet knowing about my channel English with Technical Monish, so we can just look ahead and subscribe to the channel English with Technical Monish, where I will be daily telling you the Hindu editorial, where I will be covering you 10 vocabulary words daily, 5 idioms and phrases, and 4 one-word substitutions related to the latest Hindu newspaper editorial. So make sure to join the channel as well. Attribute in the sense giving some kind of credits. So if you did something and if someone asks you what is the reason for it, the cause of it can be given by word attribute. Thank you, Imtiaz. So that's it for today's session. Hope you like this session, and so make sure, if possible, try to attend the live class tomorrow at 7 a.m. where we'll be covering the latest Hindu editorial vocabulary in the class. So thank you for watching. Goodbye.